Welcome back. This video we're going to talk about layers, how to use them, adjust them on the mobile app here. And it's a critical part of the usefulness of this tool, I think, is to get the layering correct. And I think everyone has a different way that they perceive data and they're used to navigating. So that's the great thing about this app here. So if you go, the upper right hand corner looks like 3 sheets of paper stacked on each other like a layer would. You just select that and you can see the map layers. Now, it's a little bit different than things have been in the past several years, but I think we're all starting to get used to it. This imagery here might be a default layer that you see quite often, but another one that everyone's familiar with is ScanTopos. Those are the USGS maps that everyone's learned how to do their tabletop plotting on and so forth. I like to do a blend of these two layers, somewhere between 60 and 80%. And that way you can see imagery along with the contours along with it. I find it to be super helpful. So you can kind of see that here. Still a little bit strong, so maybe we want to tone that down a little bit. You can't really see the satellite layers. And let's see. Yeah, if we go to 45% or even probably the inverse of what I said is more accurate. So about 30% on the scan USGS maps with the imagery overlay. You can kind of see this here grayed out. Another layer that people really like, and I get it, is a hybrid. This hybrid, and that will show you the usually street layers along with the so you can see roadmap and imagery along with it. So that can be kind of nice. You can also add that map builder overlay here. We'll just go back because I don't really like that. But map builder overlay down lower. That's going to make some of these pop almost like you'd see on a Google map. The other important thing, and some of this just comes down to, I have a paid subscription, so I have some additional options that you might not, but public lands can be critically important when you're searching, is you want to make sure you're not trespassing somewhere, so you can see these kind of outlined in, and we'll turn off all these other layers. So you can see in purple, it marks where the public lands are, which is helpful, again, to make sure you're not trespassing. The next important thing, I think, for particularly canine handlers is this wind plot. And that is going to show you the direction of the wind. Generally speaking, obviously, you're going to have some different dynamics whenever you get out to wherever you're searching, depending on if it's in a field or woods or what have you. Now, the other part that coincides with that is sun exposure, and I think it can be important, so you know, depending on what time you're going to be searching, this might play into how you start your search strategy. For instance, where sun might be, air might be rising, or where it's shaded, air might be dropping, right? So you can use that to inform your search strategy. In this particular region, it's not very helpful, but usually where there's a lot more topography, that layer can be extremely helpful. So again, I like to keep this with the imagery and the scan topos really apparently about 30%. And like I said, some people find the map builder overlay helpful. And then obviously if you have access to it, these ownership layers can be helpful as well. You can also see your tracks. If you had been to a place before, you can see other places you've been to, but that's generally going to be it for this video. So, okay, take care.